How are you, team? Let me ask you a question. Are your team freaking out a little bit at the moment? Are you freaking out? Is this whole COVID-19 thing playing a bit on the mind and giving you a bit of fear, making you worry a bit about what's going on, what's going to happen? Cool. I've got something to show you that I think might help you understand where we are and where we're going to go. So today, I'm going to talk about the process of change. Process of change. Or, as scientists do, it's a triangle. So the process of change is a really interesting thing. Psychologists have been studying this for years. It's actually very similar to the process of grief. The process of change gives you an understanding about the process that we go through when we're about to go through massive changes. Now, it doesn't just relate to this whole COVID-19 hospitality thing at the moment. It relates to just about everything that we do in our lives. And it helps you understand where you are in the process and what is next for you. So I got shown this back in university. I did psychology at university, and it's a really interesting tool to have. So let's start at the top. So let's just say that you got told that your business had to shut down and you were going to go away and be away for 4 weeks, and then you're going to come back and the world's going to be different, okay? And we're going to have to do things differently. That's pretty much the message that was given to us. So the first part of the process of change is excitement. So this is where we sit there and we go, hey, wow, this sounds pretty cool. What's all this about? We're going to be doing this thing and we don't actually know exactly what it's all about, but it's going to be change, and change can be quite exciting. So, this sounds interesting. Wow. Interesting. Excitement. Whoa. The next part of that, once people get past excitement, they go into denial. By the way, you will see this in yourself, in these stages in yourself and other people as well. So people go from excitement to denial. And denial is, you know what, it'll be just the same as it was before, or it won't really matter to us, or it won't really impact on us. And you can often see this. People live in denial about the actual impact of what's going to happen and what's going to happen to their businesses and whether we actually have to change what we do. So we go from excitement to denial. Then after denial, we go into overwhelm. This is where it's all too much, people. It's like, wow, this is too big. This is too much. I can't deal with this. I can't process it. This is just, no, it's not gonna happen. So this is where we go into it, and there's actually a process that you can go through, and I'll actually take you through that. But we go into overwhelm. So hang around. I'll talk to you about overwhelm and how to get people out of overwhelm. And we do this line. Looks like a smile, doesn't it? So we go from excitement, denial to overwhelm. Often what will happen is that we'll go bounce from excitement to denial, back into overwhelm, and then we'll go back. And so the danger is, the real danger in these things is where we actually go bouncy, 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 and then bouncy, bouncy, and we go back. That's dangerous. It doesn't work. And a lot of people go from that, and they don't get past this line, okay? Because after this line is acceptance. This is where we actually accept the change that we've been forced to make or been made to make or been asked to make. We accept that actually the world has changed and we need to move on as much as anyone else does. So we go into acceptance. The hardest thing, by the way, is to go from overwhelm to acceptance. Overwhelm to acceptance, man, that's a big step for a lot of people. Some people are more okay with change than others, but to get people from overwhelm to acceptance, there's a tool. I'm going to show you that in a second. And once we've done that, okay, we go to confirmation. Which is actually everything we thought was going to happen did happen. And you know what? We're okay at the end of it. So we go from excitement to denial to overwhelm to acceptance to confirmation. And here you go from excitement, which is no peace, because it's too exciting, and you go to peace. This is where you'll find peace again. So you've got to go from there to there. You've got to take people from a state of excitement and wow to peace yep, this is okay. We can deal with this. We can actually take this and do it the way that it's needing to be done. And we're going to be okay as we go through. So, give you a little tool when it comes to overwhelm, right? So, if you want to get people from overwhelm to acceptance, show this little tool. So, how do we deal with overwhelm? Right. So, you'll have seen people on overwhelm in the past. Okay. So, the first thing you need to do is to normalize it. It's okay. It's okay. You've got to normalize it and make sure that people don't freak out because they're like, am I the only person who's dealing with this? No, it's perfectly fine to feel a little bit of overwhelm when change is upon us, okay? It's okay. So the first thing you do is normalize. The second thing you do is you break it down. So rather than saying, it's an old thing, how do you eat the elephant in the room? Elephant in the room, how do you eat it? One bite at a time. So what we do is we break it down. And we break it down, and this is critical, into actions. And it's critical that people actually understand they've got to break it down into actions. Not just stages. Stages are cool, but actions is what we want to do. Because actions is what people actually do. So we want to break it down into actions. The third thing, we want to make sure that we focus on one thing and one thing alone. Focus on the next thing. So you break it into actions, and then you just focus on what am I doing now? I'm doing that. If I think about everything, okay, it's too much to think about. But if I think about one thing and it's action orientated, then that will help me get focus. Okay, that's all you do. That's the process of getting past overwhelm. Normalize it, break it down to actions, focus on the next thing. And then once you've done that, celebrate the small wins. We do that because it provides confirmation that we're actually having progress. Make sense? So if you want people to deal with overwhelm as they're going through this process of change, because really to go from overwhelm to acceptance that's quite a step there, then go through this and go, it's okay, and normalize it. Whoever you're working with, even to yourself, to go, you know what? It's okay to feel a bit panicky as we go through overwhelm. So normalize it, break it down into actions. You can use Gantt charts, you can use to-do lists, you can do anything you want. Make sure it's actions. Focus on the next thing, the next action to do, and celebrate the small wins because that gives us confirmation that we're actually heading in the right direction. Cool? So hopefully that's given you some stuff to think about when you are dealing with staff members who come back and the world's changed on a dime, and what we did previously that won't be working in a world post-COVID-19. Hopefully that helps. I've used this tool with so many clients over the years. I know you're going to find value. Again, if you like the video, please feel free to share it and show it around. There's a lot of people in the business community at the moment who actually need to understand this stuff. It's really important. All right, I'll talk to you soon.